the things. I think you're going to hit the broad audience. I think if you get too esoteric, it doesn't work.
Can everybody hear the... A long time ago, I wrote a story, and I was very proud of it, and I took it over to Trevor's house, and Trevor wrote some music to go along with it, and yeah, we tried it at a couple of poetry readings, and the audience seemed to like it. We really enjoyed performing it together, so...
As of yet, we only have one song. This is the Gravel and Tar remix.
Gravel and Tar!
I think we have a stage act too, and it's very important. It's got a little humor, maybe, you know. It's got a little liveliness, it's kind of experimental, and so yeah, I really like the interplay. It's totally fun to perform.
I didn't mind the noisy apartment because daily I would look outside and see her below my window. Her shiny blackness reflecting waves of heat in summer, ensconced in lacy snowdrifts in winter. Many used her savagely every day, but I loved her. Oh yes, I loved the White Mud Freeway. The White Mud Freeway!
I just found a Casio portable keyboard at a garage sale, and I started playing it there, and the person said, you can have that if you play that, just play it. And so I brought that and surprised Joab one night at a performance, and so we've been doing that ever since.
Trevor has an awesome stage presence. I'm really glad he's there with me. The White Mud Freeway! I looked forward to Sunday nights when she wasn't busy, so that we could be alone together. Laying on her yellow lines, I would press my cheek to her asphalt soul. Up close, you could see her vulnerability. Asphalt soul! Asphalt soul! Up close, you could see her vulnerability. The smooth, efficient tarmac showing tiny freeze-thaw fractures, which I caressed delicately, and the many scars left by those who broke her rules. Make no mistake, I was not the only one who loved the white mud, but my love was simple. I didn't need speed to enchant me, nor efficiency at peak flow hours. Daily, others romanced her, horns blaring in a gaudy traffic conga line, while I looked forward to a candlelit dinner at the roadside. I think the poem deals with issues about changes in the way people think about their lives and the kind of relationships they have in a society that's kind of commodity-driven. You know, more and more it seems like issues are interrelated because the institutions that we deal with are so big and so prevalent all across society that I don't think anybody can feel that they're insulated from, I don't know, the important issues of the day. Summoning all my courage, I went straight to the jackhammer operator. A firm tap on the shoulder was not enough to get his attention, but I was undaunted. He finally squinted up at me. His hard face cracked like the highway, small eyes looking right through me. Words failed to elicit a response, so I simply placed my frail white fingers over his huge gloved hands. I so wanted to probe the crevices of this great dark mistress, to shake with ecstasy as he had while the road crumbled beneath his screaming tool. This was obviously a man of great power. With a subtle wave of his arm, he summoned the rest of the road crew. They yelled ecstatically about the sacred nature of their work, their hierarchy, and the union. My head was not even covered. Meanwhile, the jackhammer operator looked on, squinting disapprovingly, as if unable to see the point in human arguments. Next to him, I was the tiniest fly, and my voice rose in pitch with nervous excitement. But she loves me! I objected. They insisted I leave at once, and began pulling me away. They were all so strong, so confident, so wise. I felt if there was anyone who knew the intimate customs of the freeway, surely it was these fine men. But a bubble of frustration now emerged from within my chest, formed a lump in my throat, my brow raised, forehead tightening. Get out of here, they said. How did they know the will of the road? Leave now. Why can't everyone partake in road construction? Freak, my ass. You just want her all to yourself. Get the fuck out of here. Suddenly, I saw an open area of blacktop and tried to break free, to commune with her insides, if only for a moment. But alas, the workers were right. I had a lot to learn. The White Mud Freeway was a sacred institution and could not be approached with simple affection. An undisciplined man like me could not be permitted even a moment's sweetness. And hard rules dictated a short stay in prison to cool off. After all my failings, I had little faith that I would ever learn to love the White Mud properly. But that night I had a wonderful dream. The entire world had been paved over. Every bit of land, every home, every person, even the air had turned to concrete. All that was left was one cavern. This prison cell, containing all those that were not worthy of assimilation. The misguided, the sick, the dumb, the weak. My fellow prisoners were all visibly scarred by the prolonged, aimless lives they'd led, unfocused and undisciplined. But feeling the concrete all around us was reassuring. I suddenly felt tiny and insignificant. Surely it would not be long before this motley group was straightened out. Don't worry, brothers and sisters. Soon we'll be free. Soon we'll be free.
Your question makes it sound like you're worried that it's dying or something. It's always like someone sort of carrying a torch constantly, you know, like there are spells when it's always a small kind of crowd that really gets into it, and you know, that savors it as much as perhaps it should be savored.